Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. I totally am late and did not just spend 10 minutes talking to myself, as I have previous times, because I did not realize I wasn't live. And then finally, when I saw the comments section, I realized I wasn't live. Definitely did not happen. So let's start off with the show today. Again, with everything going on in the world right now, please no politics in the chat. We are going to be starting our mobile weekly live, so let's start from here. If you have any questions you want to ask, just ask them in the comment section down below, and I will answer them before the end of the show. We're going to be talking about a lot of tech news today, so let's get started. First and foremost, the biggest tech news is the one thing that I think everyone's been waiting for, and that is the Unpacked event from Samsung is going to be August 5th. And this does look like it's definitely going to go down the way it has in past years, because it's normally been around the same time on a Wednesday, on usually the 7th or 5th or something along those lines. So it's kind of impressive that it's not being pushed back at all, it seems like. It looks like it's going to be at the regular time that it was always kind of planned on. So definitely interesting that it's not pushed back at all, at least as of right now. That's what's seeming it will be, August 5th. Now, here's the thing about it. With everything that's going down with the Unpacked, it does look like we are definitely getting the Galaxy Note 20, at least 2 versions, the Galaxy Fold 2, the Galaxy Watch, which we'll get into the name in a little bit, and also looks like we'll be getting, instead of just the regular watch and phone, we're also going to be getting the tablet, the S7 and S7 Plus. Now, I am pretty much more excited for the watch. I'm okay with, like, I could take it or leave it. I don't know if I'll get it right away. The Fold 2, if it has an S Pen, that is something big I am looking to get if it has an S Pen. And there's also rumored things that we could be getting too. One being the new Galaxy Buds, which are those bean-shaped ones that we reviewed a couple of weeks back, or I feel like it's been months now at this point. And those will have noise canceling, so that is a rumored one to go down. Plus, you know, we could be seeing the Z Flip 5G officially be announced. We know it's coming, but it just could be officially announced there as well. So it's kind of seeing what's gonna happen all together with it, and yeah, it's just interesting to see what will happen. Honestly, I will say I am surprised by how little enthusiastic I am about the Note 20, just because, you know, it looks like, and they might, instead of calling it a Plus, they might call it an Ultra, but that would just be a name, because overall it's going to be the Ultra, but with the 4,500 milliamp battery. So it's actually, again, going to be a lower in a spec than the S20 this year. So that really has me bummed out, because I don't know if the Note 20, although I've been a fan of Note 1 through 9, I don't know if the Note 20 will really have that best of the year flagship phone, period, this year. I really don't think it will. And that scares me. I hope Samsung proves me wrong. I hope Samsung has some tricks up their sleeves, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, of all these things, we're going to be seeing, you know, more of the specs start to leak in June, and we're going to see more of the big leaks in terms of, you know, hands-on photos and all that kind of stuff happen in July. And the reason why I say that is because it's funny, because the really interesting thing about this is that if everything had remained locked down, it could have been interesting, because we might not have seen the leaks as we normally have. But because everything is opening up again, I strongly believe we're going to see the same old leaks that we see with the iPhone and the Samsung and all those devices. Just because as businesses open up as normal, that's what we're gonna see. We see it traditionally and everything. I was kind of interested to see if it was still gonna be on lockdown in South Korea, if we would have seen as many leaks as we normally do. But as of right now, it looks like we are going to be seeing everything the same way we normally do. So yeah, so again, we'll see kind of how this all pans out, but I will admit I'm excited for the Note 2, or sorry, for the Fold 2. If it has an S Pen, I will be very excited for that. I'm excited for the Tab S7 Plus variant because I would love to have a 12-inch Samsung tablet, as well as I would definitely love to have new true wireless headphones. I mean, I have a bunch of them, but you know, I'd be interested to see how Samsung does these flatter design ones. It's a really completely different looking style from everything else we've seen. So I'd be very interested to see those, the Galaxy Beans that they were being called, because of their shape. But other than that, I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens, but I feel like Samsung is betting more on the S21 next year instead of really looking at the Note this year. I hope I'm wrong, but that's what it at least feels like right now. What do you guys think? Out of all the devices that I just named off, Note 20, Note 20 Plus or Ultra, Fold 2, what else? The Tab S7, Tab S7 Plus, the Galaxy Watch, which I'll get to the name in a second, and the new Samsung headphones. Which device would you be looking forward to out of all those, and which are you most thinking about buying? All right, now let's get to that Galaxy Watch, because for some reason, this Samsung Galaxy Watch, is going to be called the Galaxy Watch 3. And that makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. So, just hold on one second. Actually, I have a perfect prop for this. Okay. These are the last 2 years of Galaxy Watches. This is the Galaxy Watch. Okay, Galaxy Watch. Then we have the Galaxy Watch Active. Okay. Then we have the Galaxy Watch Active 2. Again, following Galaxy Watch Active, Galaxy Watch Active 2. Then we had the Galaxy Watch 3. How? Like, this is the Note, 8 that never existed all over again, basically. We did not have a Galaxy Watch 2. We didn't. And you can't even call it, oh, well, it's the third watch in the series. Basically, if you didn't know, the reason why Samsung justified calling the Note 9 was because they counted the Note Edge. So technically, even though they had a Note 7, it was actually the 8th Note. But this makes no sense because they had a Galaxy Watch Active, a Galaxy Watch Active 2, and now a Galaxy Watch 3. So they had two active watches that were obviously 1 and 2, their own side, and now this one's going to be called Galaxy Watch 3. Why? Like, why? It makes absolutely no sense. And I think this is so interesting, so funny, that I'm just like, I don't get it. But it looks like it'll be called the Galaxy Watch 3. Again, it doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm very curious about it. In terms of size, it's going to be in between the two. So it's going to be smaller than the Galaxy Watch by 1 millimeter, and it's going to be bigger than the Galaxy Watch Active by 1 millimeter. So literally right in the middle between the two. So that's good. I think those sizes are both good. The actual sizes will be, 41 and 45, I believe. Yeah, 41 and 45 will be the respective sizes of the smaller and bigger version. And again, the Galaxy Watch Active 2 was 40 and 44. And the Galaxy Watch, the one I have here, was 42 and 46. So slightly smaller than this one, which again, I'm fine with that kind of size. I'm not You know, it doesn't matter to me. I don't mind the size of the watch. I'm really more interested in the battery life. That's one of the big things that I loved about Galaxy Watch. The Galaxy Watch Active had a much smaller battery in compared to the original Galaxy Watch. So I hope they go back to the battery size closer to this one. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, it's not looking that way for the 41. The smaller version is a smaller battery, but hopefully the bigger one will have a big battery. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, then on another brand side, it does look like we're getting the first benchmarks from OnePlus Z. Now, OnePlus Z is going to be their new mid-range. So basically, this is OnePlus going, quote-unquote, back to its roots, in a sense. But, so OnePlus always had like a flagship processor and lower everything else kind of thing. This one is actually going to have more RAM than anything else and have a mid-range processor. So it's going to have the Snapdragon 765 paired with the 12 gigs of RAM. So a lot of RAM, good processor, not the top processor, but good processor. And it looks like it'll circle around the price of $500. Now that is really good. I will say it's a little bit, it's interesting because, like, again, I don't think I have it out here, or do I? No. I go back to the smartphone that I call the new flagship killer, which is the Red Magic 3. The Red Magic 3 is $579, so $580, and it has the Snapdragon 865. It has the I think at that price 8 gigs of RAM. It has, you know, the huge amount of storage. I think it was 128 and then 256. So you have a lot of those things that a flagship phone looks for. The software on that phone, again, needs work, and it really does. And I'd be the first to admit it, like I said in the video. But in terms of just having a raw power phone, it has the best display out of any smartphone right now. It has a 1080p 144 hertz display, which is, again, better than the Note 20, or sorry, yeah, well, it will be better than the Note 20 as well, better than the S20, better than the OnePlus 8, and, you know, it's half the price of most of those phones, and it has 5G. So for me, it's interesting. This phone will be cheaper, but it's going to be taking a spec down in comparison to it. And so I'm kind of curious to see just how this phone will be treated. OnePlus tried something like this at one point in their career, which wasn't good. It was called the OnePlus One X. And that one was not a good phone. It had lots of issues, lots of bugs. However, that phone was like $300. So this is going to be obviously more expensive, but we'll have to wait and see just how it goes. I really hope that OnePlus does a good job with this one. But again, we'll have to see how it goes. It's looking like it will be announced in July. We have no idea when it will come out, but it is depending on how everything goes with their assembly and with everything that they're going through. OnePlus actually did go up in Q1, but that was before their OnePlus 8 launch. So we'll have to see once their OnePlus 8 launches, how will they be doing overall? That's the big question. All right. Then we have leaks of the new Android TV replacement that will be coming out with the new smartphone, the Pixel 4a. And it's a new dongle, and it's going to replace Chromecast. It'll be an Android TV dongle. So basically, it's just going to be like a Fire Stick or a Roku now. It's going to have its own interface, whereas Chromecast was basically a screensaver, and then your phone mirrored to it or sent data to it. So its codename is Sabrina. Who knows if it would actually... I think that would be very interesting if Google would change the OK catchphrase and change it all to Sabrina instead. I think that would be very late in the game for them to do that, so I don't think they will. But it's a very curious thing that's what its codename is and why. I really want to know. But overall, we're seeing our first looks at it. But the more interesting thing is the looks at the actual service. So it looks to fall in line very much with YouTube TV. I swear, I wish YouTube TV would have more abilities. more channels, because YouTube TV unfortunately did not have the channels that I wanted to. So when I was looking at all the streaming services after leaving AT&T Now, I decided to go with Sling TV. It had the best overall amount of them that I thought were the best overall. So this one is definitely the one that I've kind of like been looking at, YouTube TV, just because it's integrated and I'm so involved with Google Home and the Nest and everything. But again, it's interesting. It's interesting that that if they could just make it a little bit better, I would totally get YouTube TV just because of the integration. But unfortunately, they don't have that perfectly down yet in terms of the amount of channels for the price. And then you have a really nice Google Assistant look. So when you ask Google questions, it can come up with a phrase. It'll have videos on it. So pretty cool in the new look. I wonder if that will also change the blue background to another one. And then just again, when you kind of have the screensaver on and then you can see someone's at your door. I really like this feature because, again, I do have a Google Nest for my doorbell, and I like seeing it on my Google Homes. So this will be a really cool addition for it. And then again, just the interface when it comes to having TV or having specific shows, they just look really nice. So it's a nice update, which is good. Android TV needs some big updates, so I'm really glad to see this for sure. All right, guys, go ahead and ask your questions in the comments section down below, and I will answer them before the end of the show. Two things. So first, let me say thank you to Super Chat donations. Fan Zhang, thank you so much for the Super Chat donation. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And Rudy Can't Game, thank you very much, as always, Alex, for the Super Chat donation. So before I get to your questions, again, start asking them in the comment section down below. I do want to apologize for not putting up videos this past week. Obviously, it's been a long week for, I think, everyone, for sure. And it's been a trying week for myself, I think, more mentally than anything else. I feel like I'm stressed out a lot. I just got a new insurance for my job, so I really I'm not exaggerating when I say I feel like I'm gonna go to the doctor to get a checkup and just make sure everything's okay, because I've definitely been very stressed out for sure. And you know, as I alluded to last weekend, a family member had just gone to the hospital. And that shook me. And then earlier this week, I mean, again, not to get into politics, but just be safe out there, guys, because, I mean, I got a text message from my best friend, and that he tested positive for the thing that's going around out there. And I can't say the name of it, of course, but yeah, because, again, it gets monetized and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, so it really... It's a difference when you see it out there and when it happens to someone close to you. So it's always a mentally shocking thing when you picture your life without someone that close to you. So it's definitely something that, again, it was just mentally draining, and I never want to, although I love doing the live show and talking with you guys, I don't want to put out a video that I feel should be professional and should be all that kind of stuff when I'm not in the right headspace to do it. So again, I do apologize for I literally I think this was my first week in I don't know how long where I didn't do a video at all. So I do apologize for that. But yeah, it was a stressful week. And again, so many other people are having more stressful weeks than that. And, you know, mentally, I think everything that's going on in the world is just draining. So it's just, it's nice to have these kind of times, nice to have these kind of moments, and definitely, you know, take care of yourself, take care of your health. And that is a big thing that everyone could agree on, just stay healthy. So yeah. It looks like we got another super chat donations. Thank you. Sorry, I'm gonna need to put my glasses, but L. Clark, no worries, get more rest. Thank you very much. Ooh, these are very foggy. Forgot to switch out my contacts before, so I had my glasses on, so text is a little small to read. Yeah. Plus, we got fireworks. I don't know why. I don't know if any of you guys are going through this, but literally, I live in the Long Beach area. Every single day, there's been illegal fireworks going on over and over again. It's just a stressful thing and all that kind of stuff. So it's really annoying. It's driving my dogs crazy. I don't know. I think we talked about that a couple weeks ago. The dogs like freak out with fireworks, like for Memorial Day. I have had literally fireworks every single day, and they don't know who it is. I don't know. I guess they're firing it from like literally different places or whatever. So yeah, it's just crazy. But you do hear that every once in a while in my videos, because I recorded a video earlier this week and I could hear it back in the video, the fireworks. So I do apologize for that as well. All right, let's see. Let's get to your guys' questions. Again, ask your questions in the comment section down below and I'll answer them for the end of the show. Let's see. Reminder, Samsung Pay or Samsung Money. So from what I looked into, to Samsung Money actually, it does not give you what I thought it did, which I thought you actually got a special bonus, which is you got points when you used it as a debit card. And, you know, debit cards don't normally give you points, but I thought it gave you Samsung points when you did. As far as I can read, I cannot read anything that actually says that in the sign up for it or the anything for it. Right now, you can only get notified about Samsung Money. So maybe as more details come out, that'll be more clear. But as of right now, I cannot find anything that tells you actually get points for using the debit card. I think that's what you meant by the reminder. Again, for those of you who don't know, Samsung Pay is a service that you've had in your phone for a while. It's a competitor to Apple Pay, it's a competitor to Google Pay, but Samsung Pay has a huge advantage over them, and that is you can actually use it at any part where you can swipe your credit card. If you can swipe your credit card, you can use your smartphone there, and that's because of a technology called MST as opposed to NFC. So it's a feature that Samsung still has a patent on for I think like 3 more years or 4 more years, and then it's going to be interesting because as soon as that patent runs out, you have to believe Apple Pay and Google Pay will jump on that as well. Because the company that Samsung bought, which I forgot the name of off the top of my head, I had used that company before Samsung had bought them. But yeah, so whatever, that company owned the patent on it, and that patent, the technology patent, lasts for 10 years. So it's going to be interesting to see when that does run out, if Apple Pay and Google Pay will use it as well. So yeah, that's Samsung Pay. And then Samsung Money is something that's coming out that Samsung is basically creating their own debit card. And it's just a debit card with a bank called SoFi, and that's it. That's all they're doing. But what made it different was, the rumor was at least, that you would get points for it. Again, as of right now, I can see no material that says that from Samsung. I saw people that were suggesting that it's a possibility, but it seems like it was more of speculation rather than confirmation. So again, if I do get more solid evidence that it gives you points, then I'll let you guys know that. If that would be the case, that Samsung Money would give you it, well, that actually is a really good reason to get it if you normally use a debit card from a checking account. Because normally when you use a debit card from a checking account, you do not get points. You do not get interest. You do not get anything for keeping your money in a checking account. However, if this one actually gives you points every time you spend, that would make it more like a credit card, but one that you can't overspend with because it's a debit card. So it would be a very good actual card to get if it has that ability. But again, we'll have to wait and see. I myself recommend to people, just as a side note, my card of choice is a money market. You can pull out money more often like you can with the regular debit card, but you get interest in it as opposed to traditional checking accounts. So it depends on the person, but that's one thing I always recommend when people ask me financial advice. That is a big recommendation that I like to give. Hi, will the Fold 2 be worth switching to from the Note 10 Plus? If it has an S Pen, then yeah, I would say that probably will be a good update. But again, we'll have to wait and see when it comes out and when it goes live, because we'll have to see all the features that it has and if it really does improve the camera quality greater than the Note 10 Plus did, because the S20, I would say, didn't exactly do that. Note lost the muscle. Yeah, I will say that. Note 9 was last true Note. That's an interesting point for sure. Looking to upgrade from the S20. Looking to upgrade from the S20. We'll have to wait and see if it's worth it, really. When should we see Garfin battery and underscreen cam? Oh, graphene battery. Graphene batteries were scheduled for 2021. We'll have to see if that stays true. And it really was 2021 to 2023, to be fair. Because at the time when they had announced it, they said 3 to 5 years, which was 2.5 years ago now. So yeah, we should be seeing it 3 to 5 years. Samsung has a company that can produce graphene batteries, but it's a difference at that scale. So that's when we're scheduled to see it. The S21 is also rumored to have the underscreen camera in mass production. Other companies have made an underscreen camera already that has been done. It has been sold. The difference is that it's not a company that sells at the scale of a Samsung or at the scale of an Apple company. So that's why it's not really as likely. So yeah, so we'll have to wait and see how it goes. But I'm curious. I was going to upgrade from the S20 Plus, but I'm sticking with my S10 Plus because they removed the headphone jack. The S10 Plus still had a headphone. Oh yeah, the S10 Plus did have a headphone jack. Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of people still want to hold on to that headphone jack, and I completely understand it. I myself actually have been very frustrated more because of recording now from a phone. Recording from a phone, I used to always use an external mic, which was easy because I just plugged in through a headphone jack. I can't do that anymore. So now I'm just kind of like, okay, well, what do I do? So I've been messing around with Type-C headphones and mics and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, it's not as good of a quality as it used to be, I would say. I would probably be looking forward to the Buds. I'm so getting the Tab S7 Plus. I'm right there with you on that one. Note 20 Ultra, if the specs make it worth the astronomical price, they are going to charge for it, and 5,000 milliamp battery minimum. I am so with you, CJ, but I don't think we're getting a 5,000 milliamp battery. I will be so happy if we do, but I don't think we're getting it. The battery life on the S20 Ultra was absolutely amazing. If you guys saw my videos on how to improve your battery life, and of course, the actual battery life test that I did with 120 Hertz and with 60 Hertz, the battery life was just phenomenal. I mean, 10 hours of screen on time with 120 Hertz. And I think it was like more than 12 hours. It surpassed every other smartphone, period. Again, once you knew how to actually maximize your battery life, it just surpassed every other smartphone, period. Samsung tired of getting away with skipping numbers again. Yeah, they're trying to get away with skipping numbers for sure. If I want to wait until March for the S21, but I'm looking for the beans though. Those beans. I'm looking forward to the Galaxy Watch 3 because they had a Gear 3, which is the first one. Yeah, but okay, then there was the Gear 3. The Gear 3 was the Gear 3. It was Gear 1, then Gear 2, then Gear S1, Gear S2, Gear S3, Gear S3 actually Gear S3 Frontier was the normal one. Then there was a Gear S3 Classic that came out later. So yeah, no, that I do not accept that the Gear S3 Frontier was not the first one. It was its own series. Let's see what else. Anyone see something called Galaxy Zero, a completely bezel-less phone? No, I'm assuming it's probably a concept phone. Galaxy Zero. Apparently, it's also a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I see. Yeah, it's a complete glass phone. It's a complete concept. It's like the iPhone with the projector on it from 10 years ago. I don't know, 5 years ago, something like that. But yeah. All right. There's a bit of desync on the video, Ricky. I am sorry about the desync for the video. I hope it's not too bad. Honestly, I'm working off of my external graphics card connection for my laptop has just not been working. So I'm actually working purely off my laptop, which only I say, but it's pretty good still. GTX 1050 graphics card, which is not what I normally use. I normally use a 2070 external graphics card, but it's just been crashing, and I didn't want it to crash in the middle of the show. OnePlus stepping their game up. I hope so. They need to. Let's see. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Let's see. The Dead tries to rise HTC, but just rolled over. Yeah, no, HTC is saying they're going to get back to their old school ways and everything like that, but they need an epic launch, and it looks like the rumors of the phone that we're getting are very much the same. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. I guess they just wanted to have named the assistant. Yes, I don't know. I don't think it'll actually be Sabrina, but I think it would be cool if it actually gets a name like Siri. You know. Can someone tell me where to get a good used Note 9? I still haven't had really any issues over buying stuff from eBay. I've always been cautious of buying stuff, so making sure that, you know, it's a good seller reputation. If it has lots of photos and that kind of stuff. But I've never had any issues selling from eBay myself. At least overall, like in terms of phones. I've actually had issues selling other things like laptops, but not phones. When will graphene batteries? Yeah, so I already answered that one. I just got the Tab S6 Walmart for $629. Nice. What are the specs for the S7? Is it going to be worth it to upgrade? So the S7, the big thing is they're both getting, there's going to be two of them. There's going to be an 11-inch and a 12.2-inch. As to right now, you have a 10.5-inch. So they're both going to have bigger screens and going to have a huge improvement on battery life. Those are going to be the biggest improvements. Other than that, I don't know. We don't know the other, you know, there's rumors of the smaller bezels and different things of that nature, but we don't know what else they're going to improve upon than that. When can we inspect under screen? Answer that one already. Went to the beach in Long Beach. No one was wearing a mask. Weird, I guess. People forgot about one thing going around. Yeah, no. Again, it kind of reminds me that, like, everything still is going on with the thing that shall not be named. And yeah, it's definitely something that, yeah. Let's see. MacBook Air 2020, i7, i5, i3, i7, i5. Daily tasks like Word, Excel, YouTube, social media, 8 gigs, 16 gigs, 16 gigs for sure. What's the recommended storage for light use? can I stick with 256? Yeah, you can stick with 256. I would stick with 16 gigs of RAM rather than 8 gigs of RAM, because here's my main thing. Are you going to buy a new laptop in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5? If you want to get your next laptop in 3 to 5 years, get the 16 gigs of RAM, because it's worth it to buy that now to make it last that long. So that's the big thing that, yes, I would recommend waiting till that long length. $629 is expensive. It was $540 during the holiday season. That is true. We have Long Beach here too. Yeah, I know what you mean. I knew you meant New York Long Beach as opposed to LA Long Beach. They finally stopped shooting fireworks here. I'm very happy for you guys that I literally just had a firework go off like a minute ago. I don't know if you guys could hear it. I read that HBO Max is adding 4K and HDR, just announced. It's an excellent addition. Plus, AT&T says no cellular data for streaming. I think it's really good if you have AT&T. I mean, if you have AT&T, HBO Max is really awesome, obviously. I just don't see it as being that good if you don't have it, unfortunately. In terms of, they still need to get on Roku, they still need to get on Fire Stick TV, because those are the two big ones that are missing, for sure. Samsung has lowered their points by a lot. That is definitely true. They're nowhere near what they used to be, for sure, when they came out. You get like 2 points per transaction now. Yeah, I remember I had two friends, two of my best friends, basically, were going crazy with Samsung points and Samsung Pay when it first came out, and they were racking up so many points. But yeah, it definitely has gone down what it used to be. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Samsung Pay saved the day for me this week. I dropped my card in my car and was in a drive-through for insert big food chain. So they asked me if I could use my phone. The guy gave me the terminal. Nice, yeah. It's so funny. I will never forget when that happened. I will never forget when that happened for sure. With the whole like when Samsung Pay was first coming out. I want to say it was maybe like a year later after it came out, and my wife told me like, "Oh man, I can't pay for lunch because I forgot my wallet." And I was just like, "Just use your phone." And she was like, "But I can't. Like, they don't have like the phone pay." And at that point, no one had it really. And I was like, "Babe, I told you it can work at any terminal." And she used it and it actually worked. So that was pretty awesome. That like it was like that wow moment. Like this is when you actually could use it and it's better for it. Having problems with my S10 Plus fast charging. I've tried several other cables and it doesn't fast charge. Checked settings every time I connect the cable fast charging. Setting grays out. I mean, that might just be a connection issue, to be honest. If you tried several chargers and still having that issue, I would probably use your warranty. You still have it most likely, depending on when you bought it. Or if not, take it into. I think they're open right now. You Break iFixit. That is a Samsung certified repair store. So if you have one near you, it's a chain. That might be the best place to take it to so you can test it possibly. Can you post a link to sign up for a money market? Sure. Let me just look up. So this one's a pretty good one. It's one I've definitely used in the past, so I recommend it. It's Ally Bank Money Market. I'm going to leave the link in the description. It's not an affiliate or anything like that. It's literally just one that I would recommend. So this is basically a debit card account where you get 0.5% of interest on your balance. So which means if you have money in there, you're actually getting interest for a checking account essentially. And you get checks, you get debit card, you have a debit card for the account. So it really has a lot of advantages that you would normally get. So yeah, it's definitely a good way to go. I really recommend it. And it's better than your traditional checking account. Yeah. RICKY, the finance guy. I would definitely always be able to answer finance tips for people. I've always thought of starting a finance channel for those kind of things, but yeah, that's something I definitely recommend. Whoa, a bunch of questions flooded. Everybody drink. Sync is off, not in sync. I am sorry, guys. Again, I think it's just for the fact that I have an issue with it's my laptop powering everything instead of my laptop with an external graphics card. That's why I believe the sync is off. So yeah, sorry about that. Let's see. I record concerts and such. I want to continue to record with the Note 20. So if any type of Type-C mics are available, please review them. I'm going to check it out. I got a lapel mic that's a Type-C, so I'll be checking that out. But TK Bay, a YouTuber that I had the pleasure of meeting over in the last Unpacked, really cool guy, used to work for XDA developers. He just did a review on a Type-C mic that I think was a shotgun mic, if I'm not mistaken. So take a look at his channel, TK Bay. Tell him the YouTube tell him Tech Guys sent you. And yeah, it was a pretty good one, and I thought about testing that one out. But I love lapel mics. I love the ability to kind of just have a mic like this right there and just be able to use it. I like that ability more so. So shotgun mics are great though for things like a concert when you want it directionally facing that way. So I really do appreciate that for sure. Wait, it won't be the S30 next? Don't they jump then? No, they just jumped to the 20s and now they're going to do 21, 22, 23, 24. So yeah, they're not jumping again. It's going to be the S10 to the S20, now S21. Samsung, we're going to where we're going, we don't need continuity. For sure. That is definitely Samsung's way. That number skipping is ridiculous. Let's see. I feel like Samsung should go by the year at this point. That would be a good way, like, you know, Galaxy S 2020, you know, just doing something like that. How big will the screen size be on the Fold 2? That is interesting because we have kind of two different things now. If you saw last week, we actually had talk more of a phone that seemed like a Fold Lite, and then we've had talk of a Note Fold. And they're two different aspects because the Fold Lite seemed like kind of similar to the Z Flip, where it had a line screen instead of a bigger screen. And the Fold 2 that was rumored looked to have, like, you know, a nice big screen on the front and a huge screen on the inside, 7.9. So we don't know is the quick answer. But yeah, it looks like it might be anywhere between 7.3 to 7.9. So it's going to be very interesting to see what it will be. I want bigger screens. I really do. So we'll have to wait and see how big they get. Let's see. Will beans be better for water resistance? Also, will they go? Also, it goes good with rice. Yes, rice and beans always go good together. I don't know if it'll be better with water resistance. We'll have to wait and see. It's a flatter design, so I'm very interested to see how it operates, to be quite honest. But I do not know which way it'll be. Hi, Ricky. How are you, Ricky? Stay safe and healthy with family. I will try, for sure. Are Are you suggesting 51st date questions is massive? Wait, what? Did I miss something? Sorry. Um, Even the Note 2020 doesn't have a processor powerful enough to handle 51st date questions. Got it. Rigsby edition, that is. Yes. So yeah, let me mention, of course, our traditional shameless plug, and that is 51st date questions. So if you haven't heard about our app, this is an app that I made. It's a fun game that you can play with your significant other or a person you're on a first date with. It basically is 51st date questions to actually find out some things about the person you are seeing and find out more about them. Maybe some things you didn't know about them. Maybe some things have changed since you first met. It's a really good icebreaker, and I've used it on a first date, even with my own wife. And so definitely would recommend using it, and it really can let you find out stuff that you want to know about a person. Yes. And thank you for reminding me, Quiet Storm and Rudy. Let's see. Let's see. I prayed for sushi once, and people swore it wouldn't. Oh, I paid for sushi once, and people swore it wouldn't work. Samsung Pay. Sound like a sponsored by them. Awesome service, though. Yeah, no, it really is something that, like, when you see it pay, when you see someone use it, people trip out for sure. Again, now NFC is more rampant, but when it first came out, when did it first come out? Was it the S5, I think? I think it was the S5 when it first came out. I could be wrong. Maybe it was the S7. But when that first came out, man, it was so cool because you could pay wherever. I remember that was the way I paid for every, like, what was it? When you put your, a meter, parking meter. I paid every parking meter with it, and it was so cool. I was just like, I did videos like that, and people were shocked, but yeah, for sure. Well, technically, you do have two channels that you could use RICKY, the finance guy. Yeah, right? Totally do that. I'll turn it into RICKY, the money guy. There you go. Hello, tech guy. Which is your favorite smartphone? Like, of all time, or what? I cannot decide what is the best bang for the buck. I have a budget of $600. If that helps, any insights is appreciated. So, which is my favorite smartphone? What is your favorite smartphone in general? I don't know. I mean, I have the S20 Plus. I returned my S20 Ultra because it wasn't worth it to me. And I miss my S Pen. I am actually one of the people that does use an S Pen, and I hate when I don't have it. I really do. Like, anytime I do editing on a photo, or I just want to copy text, I can't copy it because I don't have my S Pen, and I could if I had my S Pen. So I really do always miss the S Pen. I used it every week is what I would always tell people. I always use the S Pen every week. So for me, my favorite phone would typically be a Note for that reason, because I am an avid user of an S Pen, and not a stylus, because a stylus can't do what an S Pen can. So in terms of my favorite phone, it would probably be a Note always, for that reason. But what is my favorite bang for the budget? I mean, as I was alluding to earlier, you know, there is a phone that I thought was the best bang for your buck, which was the Red Magic 3. However, it does have software issues, so I wouldn't really recommend it to a non-techie. If you are techie, there are definitely things you can do, like, to improve it. But without being techie, I wouldn't recommend it for anyone. Like, I wouldn't recommend it for my brother or my mom or something like that, like a person that's okay with technology but not techie. I wouldn't recommend it for that purpose. So if you are techie, that would be a good one, because it has the best processor on the market. 8 gigs RAM, has the best screen on display on the market, has really fast internal storage, has a huge battery. It just has a lot of things going for it. The OnePlus 7T, I don't know. I know they don't sell it on their website anymore. Let's see how much it cost on Amazon, if Amazon still has it. So OnePlus, because that is a good phone. The camera on it needs help, but that can easily be rectified with if you get the G-Cam. I will be doing a G-Cam video soon. Now that I feel a bit better to do it, I will be doing that soon. So if you do go on Amazon, you can get a OnePlus 7T for $525. So that would be under your $600 budget. Great phone, great specs, great everything. So yeah, that would be a really good recommendation, I would say, overall. So yeah, that one I would recommend for sure. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any other phone I would recommend for that price. Also for that price, how much is Galaxy Note 9? Or no, wait, it would be Galaxy Note 10. How much is Galaxy Note 10? If you would get a renewed Note 10, so that means not a Plus variant, but a renewed Note 10, that is around $600. So that would be another possibility. And then the other one would be like an S10. An S10 from last year, how much is that costing nowadays? So an S10 Plus renewed, so one of the better smartphones of last year would be $529. That I would say is really doing well and has had a lot of software updates too. So those would be ones that I would probably recommend. Again, it's up to you if you like renewed products or anything like that, but those would be ones that I would kind of look out for. And I realize I wasn't posting these, so I will send this one right here. This is a link for the S10. S10 Plus. And I'll get that one for the OnePlus as well. And that one was brand new. So yeah, this one's brand new too. And this is a 256 gig with 8 gigs of RAM. So that's a really solid one. So those two would be great. Let's see. Lifestyles of the tech and famous. I would not be on that. At least I don't think I would. Tech guy, do you have any thoughts on the Apple glasses? Yeah, I talked about them, 2 weeks ago when they were one of our top stories. I love the idea of that. I found a picture of me recently, and I'll probably post it on, Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff, with the Google Glass. And I'm just like, I miss those. I really just miss them. That kind of technology. And I can't wait for Apple to do it because it will force the other competitors, Samsung and Google, to get back on AR. And I really like it. I am such a huge fan of these, which I reviewed a little while ago, which were the Focals by North. I actually just forgot about them until now, because I can take these off and wear these. And these ones are smart glasses, and I really loved them. It has this little camera right here, or not camera, projector, that puts a smart lens right in my field of view, and I love it. I think it's great. It had a very smart control, as a ring. So you get your ring size, and basically it's a little joystick that you can move with this. So I love augmented reality. I think it's really great, and it's awesome. I really hope it furthers. I actually see augmented reality as the future. I think that will overtake smartphones in 10 to 15 years. So I can't wait for that. I really do think that's more of the future for sure. Also, Rigsby Edition has 2 wishes from the Dragon Balls. Yes, Rigsby Edition does give you all 7 Dragon Balls actually for once a year. It's an annual subscription service. So yeah. Let's see. Have you ever used the Nintendo Wii U? Yes, I completely used the Nintendo Wii U back in the day for sure. I didn't use it much, I will admit. I don't know what I ended up doing. I think I sold it to someone for like $100 in the end. But yeah, the Nintendo Switch, my wife uses more than me now. I'm still on PS4. I haven't got a chance to play Final Fantasy like I wanted to. I'm a little bit more than halfway through the game, but yeah, adulting often gets in the way of my gaming, as I've said for the past couple of years. Let's see. What's good, Ricky? Would you still buy the Fold 2 if it doesn't come with the full screen on the front? If it has an S Pen, I would. I can deal without the screen on the front. I really can. What I can't deal with is I need to have and I need to have an S Pen. I will not have a phone at the end of this year without an S Pen. I have to have my S Pen back. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Samsung just recently did an over-the-air update for the S7 Edge. Yes, Samsung has really been updating their phones more. And it started, I want to say, the second half of last year, and it shocked everyone because all of a sudden Samsung was like, we're updating our phones. And, you know, they went from literally one of the worst over-the-air update companies to one of the best on Android for sure. So yeah, they've done better. And they've updated security patches more often than companies that used to update them all the time, which was OnePlus. OnePlus was very bad on the McLaren for updates. So I was surprised that Samsung would literally be updating it quicker than OnePlus was. Keep in mind, I was surprised by that because OnePlus had actually had the newer version of Android on my phone than the Pixel at one point. So it was definitely something to see for sure. I just got the Tozo T10 earbuds for $35. That is extremely cheap. Never heard of them, never seen them, but yeah, always good to have. Note 5 was the first time I used Samsung Pay. Note 6 was not a thing. Yes, they skipped 6. Or yeah, sorry, they skipped 6. I was talking earlier like they skipped the 8. They skipped the 6. Yeah, I don't know why I messed that up. Come to think about it, neither was the 7. The 7 wasn't a thing either, yes. That became the Note FE Fan Edition. I'm literally using my S Pen right now. I'm jealous of you for that. I think I'm going to buy the iPhone 12. Thank you. Hey, it's a great device for sure. Or at least it should be. A fan of the stylus placement on the Tab. Not a fan of the stylus placement on the Tab S6. You know, I haven't had much issue with it because of the case I got. So this is the case that I got for my Tab S6. It's in Finland. In Finland, I think it says. So this is the one I got for it. And the thing I like about it is it makes sure that it's covered up. So I like that. And because of that, I actually have been a fan of the placement because, it blocks it so it's not going to get hit out of the way or anything like that, right? And then when I just need to use it, I'm just like, I just grab it, so I know it's there. So I'm actually, I know a lot of people did not like the placement of this one, and I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying this case made it okay. And I got this case right away the first day, so I haven't had the tablet without the case. I would say you could not use it without a case for sure. So yeah. I use the S Pen every day for my art, and both the Note and the Tab S6. That's really cool. And again, I admire anyone that could do art with it for sure. Let's see. I just upgraded to the Note 10 Plus. Was this a good choice? Yeah, the Note 10 Plus is a great phone for sure. Wonder if the iPhone 12 will have a better zoom. I think it will. I think it'll at least have a 3x optical zoom. Also, still on original battery and charger out of the box for the S7 Edge. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome that it lasts that long. You're doing a very good job. How much did you pay for the Note 10 Plus? Yeah, that's definitely a depends on how good a deal it is for sure. Do you think the LG Stylo would be okay budget for a Note-based phone? No, the LG Stylo actually did a downgrade for the past 2 years, so they're not doing well. And again, a stylus is different from an S Pen because an S Pen has more functionality. LG Stylo and Moto G stylus do not have more functionality. It's literally just a pen. So it doesn't have more functionality as the S Pen does. And this is what I mean by that. There are things that you can do with the S Pen, functionality-wise, you cannot do with your finger. There is nothing in the Stylo and in the Moto G stylus that you just can't do with your finger. Any good notebook apps for the Tab S6 that can utilize the S Pen? Squid. I think that was a really good notepad one. Squid, I think it was called. I think I got rid of it on my phone. Yeah, I downloaded it because I wanted to remember to download it on my tablet, but I think it's called Squid. I've been having problems with my charger lately on my Note 10 Plus. Charges like 80, then stops. You think it's my Samsung charger that's going bad? Trying with the Note update coming tonight. I would definitely try another charger. See if it charges it to further. If you try 2 or 3 chargers and it's not charging more, then yeah, it's your phone. If it's just your charger, then yeah, then it's process of elimination to find out, Warren. I was actually wondering how you controlled those focals by North. A ring control, genius. Yeah, you control it with a ring. It's literally a little joystick that you can move up, down, left, right, and then push into select. So very easy. It's seamless in terms of how you control it for sure. Apple Glass, subscribe for service. If you don't, Apple renders you blind. Yeah. Hopefully they'll fix the camera on the Note 20. I hope they do. You can only see Apple logos with the glasses. That's all it is. Like, go to the Apple Store. Go to the Apple Store. But does Apple Glass come with a stand though? No, you have to pay $1,000 for the Apple Glass stand. What's up, Ricky? Always using my S Pen. Yep, I love the S Pen. How's that Tab S6? Did you create a YouTube video yet? No, I haven't. I haven't done that one for it yet. So no, I haven't done that yet. S Pen for life. Have you heard anything about the Galaxy Buds X beans? No, we talked about them earlier. They're going to be announced supposedly for August 5th as well, along with everything else. But no, not sure yet. You get Squid from the Samsung store? No, it's from the Google Play store, if I'm not mistaken. Let me search real quick. I think it was Squid. It was something like that. think it was Squid Notes. Yep, Squid Notes. Squid Notes. Yes, the features like GIF, ScreenWrite, AR Doodle. Yep, definitely. Stream time alert, aka don't get in trouble with the wife and the family mad alert. Yep, that it is about that time. We will be calling this a show, guys. Thank you so much as always for tuning in. I definitely appreciate it. Again, I do apologize for not having videos out this past week, but I definitely will be making up for it this week. Now that hopefully hopefully nothing else goes crazy, although it's 2020. So, you know, it wouldn't be 2020 if nothing else didn't happen, right? It really is something like, you know, this is going to be like something, you know, everyone's going to be telling their kids or nieces and nephews, or, you know, like the back in my day stuff, you know, definitely like, I lived through 2020. It's a dark time. Dark things happened. Horrible things happened. But yeah. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for the huge super chat donation, Biggs. I always appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it every time. No problem. Take your time. iPhone screen's gone. Green bug. Yeah, I saw that. The most famous one, obviously, that just happened to was Jaime Rivera, yeah. I just forgot his name for some reason. From Pocket Now, it happened to his phone. So yeah, his iPhone went green screen and then it went gone. So yeah, it's a big issue that's happening with iPhones right now. Apparently, it's happening with the iPhone 10s and the iPhone 11 right now. What was the other thing? Is there still a curfew in LA? No, I think there's no longer a curfew since Thursday. I think Thursday was the last day of the curfew. There are still protests happening every day. Again, we don't want to get into political stuff. But yeah, the mall nearby me shut down. That was crazy. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for everything, and thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I will be trying to do more stuff for sure. Alright guys, thank you again as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Make sure to hit that like thumbs up. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there, and right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me.